After violent clashes with police, Chicago's Christopher Columbus statues have been removed. When the crowds protesting outside of Mayor Lightfoot's home learned that the one in Grant Park would be taken down in the dead of the night, they cheered. Then reportedly demanded police to be defunded. Joining me now to discuss all of this is Horace Cooper, co-chair of Project 21 and author of Trump is Making Black America Great Again. Also with me is Steve Cortez, Salem radio host. Steve, so it's Christopher Columbus, it's Abraham Lincoln, it's an elk in Portland, Oregon that got lit on fire. I'm starting to get the sense that this isn't about the Confederacy or racism.
No, it sure isn't. Unfortunately, here in Chicago, we saw a dangerous dereliction of duty. This was really an abdication by Mayor Lightfoot. She is unfortunately presiding over a city, my city, which is devolving into chaos. Last weekend, we had 70 people shot in the city of Chicago. And the weekend began, as you mentioned, last Friday, 1 week ago, with a pitched battle at that statue between a lot of brave police officers facing off with a bunch of Marxist malcontents who wanted to inflict their will and tear that statue down. Now, the cops held their ground. They paid a heavy price for it. 18 of them went to the emergency room, but they won that battle, thankfully, and not just preserving this and protecting the statue, but more importantly, protecting the principle of the rule of law and public order. And what did Mayor Lightfoot do then? She completely betrayed those cops, and she gave in and caved to the mob. This was a complete capitulation, and unfortunately sends a message to those kinds of mobs that they can win and that they can get political power not through persuasion but through force and intimidation. It's a very dangerous precedent.
So, Horace, we saw on Wednesday night Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler trying to go out into the mob and talk to them. He was met with things being thrown at him. F you, resign. The mayor of Minneapolis faced a similar scenario when he tried to go out and talk to the mob. So why does the left keep trying to appease the mob when they clearly cannot be appeased?
The left is the mob. That's exactly the problem. You see, this is not about the tragic death of George Floyd. This is about the cancel culture having an opportunity and taking the advantage. Black Americans have not said universally that their big problem that they face every day is that they see an occasional Confederate statue or that there's a military base named after a former Confederate general or leader. What really matters in America, black, white, or brown, are the kinds of things that the cancel culture could care less about. Here's the truth. After statues are taken down in the dark of night without using the legislative process, without persuasion and discussion, people who are looking for jobs are still going to be looking for jobs. People who have struggles with poor education in their community are still going to have those. The amazing thing about how the cancel culture is getting away with pushing its radical agenda, and in light of all of the scrutiny that America is saying that it wants to pay attention to, that these issues have moved front and center. This is just a good example of them never letting an opportunity to do the radical thing go by.
Well, and we also
Horace,
saw, hold on just one second. I want to there's one other topic I'd like to discuss with you guys. So we all saw the former vice president, Democratic nominee, Joe Biden. He called President Trump racist. On top of that, this is what Illinois Congressman Bobby Rush claims Trump is really doing by deploying federal agents.
Trump wants to instigate a race war. He want to have black folks, white fighting white folks, so he can rise up and say, I'm the real grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, and I'm the president. He re-elect me. That's what he's trying to do.
Steve?
Look, a deranged rant, unfortunately, from Bobby Rush. I'm not surprised there. But Joe Biden should know better. He doesn't, unfortunately. This is, unfortunately, the default position of the left when they no longer want to talk policy. They just call us racist. The people of America, though, and Horace was exactly right. The people of America want jobs, not mobs. And, you mentioned previously, Lisa, about the inability to mollify, the inability to satisfy the mob by giving them what they allegedly want. They will they'll always come back for more. And I would also say this. I think there's something way more sinister than just trying to take down statues. That's bad enough. The statues, I believe, are a dress rehearsal because these Marxists will not be sated with trophies merely of granite and stone. They are going to come for real people, for living, breathing human beings, people like me who dare to disagree with them. That is where the left is trying to take this country, and we have to meet it with force and resolve. Unfortunately, Mayor Lightfoot showed exactly the opposite.
Horace?
I just want to understand, was Bull Connor trying to achieve a race war? What about Governor Orville Faubus? When the president of the United States, Dwight Eisenhower, was forced to send in a federal force to ensure that the rights of Americans were protected. Is this what I'm hearing Bobby Rush say? Is this what I'm hearing the modern progressives say? What is amazing to me is that the racial segregationists of the 18th century, the 19th century, the 20th century, and even now the 21st century, all, like FDR said, that all we have to fear is fear itself. Today's modern liberal movement, all they have to offer is race itself.
Well, also, the congressman might want to take a look at some of the things that the former vice president has said, like former President Obama was the first mainstream African-American who was bright, clean, and articulate, saying that poor kids could be just as bright as white kids, or you have to have a slight Indian accent to go into a Dunkin' Donuts or a 7-Eleven. So, maybe he should take a look at those comments as well. Steve, Horace, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.